Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a quick and non-spoiler review of Duke #1, which just came out today at the time of this recording from Image Comics. This is another installment in the Energon universe, which is the shared universe between Transformers and G.I. Joe, and the new stuff that Robert Kirkman is creating in his Void Rivals series. So this has been a really big deal since all these titles have started coming out, and I feel like this is really the first example of a really interconnected universe, because this series really strongly connects to Transformers and something that we saw happen in issue #2 of that series that led into this first installment in the G.I. Joe side of things, right? So I do want to give a disclaimer before I really get into this that I have not read any G.I. Joe stuff in the past. I've never watched any cartoons, bought any toys or anything. So just like the Transformers review that I did a couple months ago and that series came out, I will be going into this pretty much as a completely new reader, right? I don't know anything about Duke or any of these characters, but I really like the artwork in here. That's what I want to start with. Tom Riley is doing the artwork here. It's really dynamic. The colors work really well, which Jordi Belair was the colorist on this issue. This is very action-packed of an issue, I will say, for a first issue, which I guess probably makes sense for G.I. Joe. I wouldn't know having not read any of the other comics, but we had some really, big double-page spreads and big action scenes following through many pages and stuff. Which were drawn really well. The writing, on the other hand, I also really enjoyed. I think Joshua Williamson is one of the top writers in comics right now. Obviously, that's pretty evident by his work at DC. He's writing like Superman and all the top titles right now. I've not read too much of his work myself. I've just read some of his creator-owned stuff. But I really liked his take on G.I. Joe. I've read the letter in the back here, and it seemed like he has a lot of experience as like a fan of G.I. Joe stuff. He's a big fan of the original series and has read a lot of the comics and stuff, so he seems like the perfect person to start writing the series, a lot like how Daniel Warren Johnson was talking about being a big Transformers fan. They're really just assembling like a dream team of creators who already know a lot about these characters to start this new universe. And like I was saying, I feel like this was really connected to Transformers in an interesting way. It just follows Duke as this, I'm assuming, like supporting character in the G.I. Joe cast, but his own solo title. Him, after his appearance in Transformers #2, he made contact with one of the Decepticons who like killed his friend that he was flying with, so he's been really traumatized since then. And we just get like kind of an idea of what this new world with Transformers in it on a regular Earth without any kind of superhuman activity, what that's like for people. So we get like rumors about aliens piloting the Transformers, and kind of the idea behind this whole miniseries, it's seeming, is that Duke is really disheveled after having gone through that experience with the Transformers. He wants to know what the deal is with them, and all his like only goal at this point is just to take them out and get information. And that's pretty much where this leads him. I won't say too much more, but it looks like we're getting some more appearances from other established G.I. Joe characters based on the cliffhanger that we get here. And just following this guy who's kind of separated himself from his role in the government when he used to be a top soldier, like he has on the cover here, to the state where he's at now in this new Transformers world, where the Decepticons, the Transformers, are flying all around having their bigger wars without concern for the humans. So just kind of an interesting problem that we see happening in both titles. I'm still kind of interested to see where the Energon universe goes in general, because I feel like we don't have as much involvement on the Void Rivals side of things. We've had like a Transformer in that series, but I don't see how G.I. Joe is going to end up crossing over. And I'm not sure whether all three of those titles are going to have some sort of like bigger plan, some sort of bigger end goal or crossover that's going to be happening in the future. But let me know what you guys thought of this first issue of Duke, the first G.I. Joe installment in the Energon universe, down in the comment section below. I do recommend this one. I always give a score out of 10 though. For this one, I think I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Really solid first issue. I understood a lot of what was happening even as a new reader, which I couldn't really say the same for Transformers. I felt a little bit lost getting into that one. So this is a really solid issue for new readers, probably for people that already know a lot about G.I. Joe. You'll understand more of the references than I did. But yeah, that's about it for this review. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.